Do. Hello, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. I am doing great. I hope that there's not going to be a load of people coming into the stream expecting good quality gaming, because good quality gaming is not what you're going to get, if I'm being completely honest. I'm planning on trying to brute force the game with the builds that I've tried to make. Whether it actually works, whether anything comes of it, is a whole other story. Let's actually see if I can actually get the game to capture as well. This one. Okay, it works. So yeah, my plan is brute force this for as long as I can. There is a chance that at some point I get to a point where it absolutely fails. The whole thing absolutely fails, and I can't kill a boss because it insta-kills me or something. And if that happens, you know what happens? I probably stop it. I probably stop the stream and say, I'm sorry, this one's going to be a short stream. You know? This isn't Path of Exile 2. It's POE 1. So, nobody looking forward... No one thinking I'm a special streamer that's gotten it early. I haven't. I don't even know if I'll buy it. Because every game I play that's like this, bar Diablo, which is the... kind of like the baby's first... blimmin' one of these, I absolutely fail at a certain point and can't get past it because I just don't have a build that I'm actually good at. So that we'll see what happens. Right, now what do we have to do? Right, Gleaming Queen's over here, and then Sever the Right Hand is over here. So realistically, I want to go after this one because it looks more like it looks fun. I can show off my build as well. So, my plan is to shoot them with this. That's it. And then occasionally, if the enemy gets too close to me, I'll do this. That's it. I reckon I can change the options to make this a bit better. Yeah, my shadow quality is not the highest, but you know what? I don't need the highest, right? You know what I'm probably going to need to do? I'm an idiot, but I'm not that stupid. We're gonna... Is there a way to turn off the chat? There must be, right? Wait, can I have a cool cursor? Oh, I could have a high contrast one. That's kind of cool. I'll keep that on. Don't show... Yeah, let's do that. Am I going to lose that? Nah, I'll be good. The catacombs. I think I've been in the catacombs. I think. I could be completely wrong. Anyway. Let's talk about what we did last week. So Monday we played some more 20 Minutes Till Dawn. Ooh. Mana Flask. I'm also really bad at dodging any attack. Just a heads up. But yeah, we played some more of that game, and then I had to physically stop myself from continuing to play it because I was playing it so much. But yeah, that game is great. It's in 10 out of 10, honestly. I'd play that game constantly. Oh no, wait, I think last Monday we did some MTG, actually. We did some Foundations, which was interesting. I did horrendous in that because I specifically... What's supposed to be here? What am I missing? Is there a way of getting into this building? But yeah, we played some MTG, and just like always, as soon as I met somebody that was... As soon as I met somebody that was remotely good at the game, I instantly got done. Or if I tried a build that wasn't attack, I was just done. Did I just pick up a random thing in my inventory? I don't need that. I do need this. You know what? I'll put it here. Wait, do I have another giant flask? Wait, is a giant flask not as good? No, it is. It's 100% better. Why haven't I been using the giant mana flasks? But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It actually felt, you know what, I'll give it this credit. Every expansion since I started trying them out has felt a bit like, I don't want to say needlessly complicated, but it felt like there was a lot of upkeep for me to figure out the archetypes. Where look, I don't expect them to hand me everything, right? I'm not saying like, hey, they should be telling me exactly what to do and it should be incredibly simple. But I reckon that I should be able to sort of figure out stuff. Are we in the right place? Yeah, we are. Sort of figure out stuff generally from just looking at what's happening, right? Oh. Nice axe. Not relevant to me, but nice axe. Also, another thing, I've got a horrendous luck and I've yet to get a unique or a divine or whatever the frick they're called. I've yet to get a legendary. And I've been playing a decent amount of this with a friend, which ups the item rarity by like a tiny bit. And I'm wearing equipment that ups item rarity. Yeah, well, it won't actually only slow you down, will it? Is it good? No, I like having this. That's why I don't do these. I need that. So I'm wearing this absolutely shitty this padded vest just because it allows me to do this. Look out for those. If you find any that does that, it's almost certainly an improvement. But yeah, I did find myself figuring out the mechanics for stuff really easily. What are they fighting? Something up there. Welp. But yeah, like I did find it a lot easier to figure out, and I do think that's a huge bonus to them, because if your basic format's hard to figure out for the average person, and I like to think of myself as the average person. Oh, it's Scary Boy. Hold on a second, I don't even have Big Boy with me. Why are you summoning? Get me out of it! Get me out of it! Oh, he's here! Hello, boy! But yeah, like, I don't know. I think it does a lot for your game, for the basic part of your game to be done in a way that allows for everyone to play it, right? And I'm glad that they've been able to do that with the foundations, because it hasn't been true for a lot of them. But overall, I had a fun time. I had a really fun time doing it, even if I'm bad at it, right? And also, you're never going to get better at it if you don't try. They're fighting ribbons. Why are ribbons scary? What the heck? Please don't make it so the first area I go into is actually too strong for me. Are you actually kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Is that a legendary? Is that a big boy legendary? Hold on a second. I'm gonna move to here to just be safe for a bit, and then I'm gonna turn on this light because I don't like how my face looks without light. Up there, I can actually see myself now. There's the weird orange light. So yeah, this is my build. It doesn't work very well, and I'm moving my way all the way to over here, because if I type in here, light, there's something over here that's related to lightning mastery. So I'm making my way over to here. If this is a good idea, I'm not sure. But I want lightning mastery, so I'm going to go over to that thing. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I have no idea what to do. Do I just go elemental mastery? Do I just take a load of elemental stuff? Like, is that insane? Like, do I just stop going this direction and go and get this? Like, what happens if I type in elemental? Like, I could stay a bit more in this area if I went elemental. Old mastery? Why is that randomly here? So I could take this, but I feel like I should be constantly making my way towards the thing I want. The problem is that's all the way over here. I didn't start going the right way. Or at least I didn't start in the right place. I think. I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm really, really confused of what I'm supposed to do. And so I'm just sort of making my way generally this direction. I don't want Ghost Dance, because I don't have energy shields. I don't particularly want accuracy. I don't think I care about this one either. Wait, how do I even get to here? I'd have to go this way to get to here. What? Hold on a second. Do I care about Flask 1? Like... I'm so sorry to have to watch this. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Did I really? Is that? Increased physical damage, increased cold resistance, increased projectile damage, reduced flash charge gained, increased flash charge effect duration, deal 50 damage per second to nearby enemies. So my flasks do significantly less. Well, they do significantly more, but they charge slower. This gives me strength though, and I kind of need strength. Wait, do I still need strength? I do still need strength. Okay, you're a maybe as soon as I get boots that I like more than these boots. Which is probably any form of good boot I get. Where do we need to go? To the side. So are those archers, are they constructs or are they people? By the way, last time I played this, and the reason I say first time even though it's not technically the first time is because the last time I played this, I got to here and died. Like, this is the furthest I've ever gotten. On Wednesday, we did some more Baldur's Gate, and I'll be honest, Baldur's Gate, I'm loving it. We're almost to blimmin'... Those boots literally better. No, there's no way. We're almost to the area where... What is this? It's a tincture. I don't know what mana burn is, but I don't think it's good. So yeah, we were just going through some of the end story stuff for the second act, and it definitely felt like a proper wrap-up, whereas I feel like the end of Act 1 wasn't as big of a wrap-up, because you could easily go back to the areas. And there was a couple of big things that were brought up in it. That I was like pretty surprised about, and I'll be honest, thinking about it now, I'm kind of a bit annoyed that it seemed borderline impossible for me to actually succeed in stopping from happening. Because I kind of didn't want them to happen. It makes me feel like I actually do need to go through the game with a higher wisdom score just for these situations. Because there was a DC 30 check. Without spoiling it, because I know that there's... I do kind of assume that if you're watching this one, either you don't care about the other one, or you're not going to... Either you don't care about, like, spoilers for one of them, or you just straight up have watched it. But... But I kind of felt like it wasn't really fair for the what happened. Like, I didn't really give me a much of an option to not become a blimmin'... What would be the word? Like, half? That was my own fault for standing in the bubble, right? My own fault for not... Who's this? I'm not in a guild. Why is it telling me this stuff? No, I'm not in a guild. I got one person and they're not online. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I just felt like it was a bit weird that they were just like, hey, become a half-elithid. You have no control over, like, really being able to choose anything other than that. Okay. I'm not gonna say we're already hitting the point where I physically can't beat anything. I'm gonna say that I'm horrendous at dodging. Also, I didn't realize how bad it is when you leave them. They obviously keep spawning, so you just have more things to deal with. Oh no, they're done. So there's only the big bads. Oh, it's the fucking leeching. I hate leeches. Maybe I don't use my mana good enough. Like, I have a lot of mana most of the time. I definitely feel like I need to get myself some good... Oh, this might be decent. Is it decent? What am I wearing right now? It might be decent. Hold on, mate, sorry. I need some boots. I need some good boots. But like, there's not that many good boots. Ooh, blacksmith's whetstone. That seems decent. Oh, I got a level up. What was I going towards again? I could take this. I'm not doing poison. I'm not doing marks. I mean, life's on hit is pretty decent. You know what? I kind of think I should go down that. That just seems like a generally good thing to get. Claw Mastery's useless. Maybe I need to up my life a bit. See, that guy I could insta-kill. He wasn't a problem. Right. So yeah, Baldur's Gate is just still very, very good. I don't like that I didn't get a decision other than a really high DC wisdom check to not blimmin' turn into a half-elithid. But... And I didn't really like the situation I'm in. I feel like I could talk it out, but they specifically say you can't, so, you know, whatever. I'm interested to see where the story goes, and I'm insanely happy that we finally get to go to Baldur's Gate. In a game called Baldur's Gate 3, we're finally making our way to Baldur's Gate, you know? But, like, for... Just to see if the city can still live up to how interesting this has been. Because we've had a city in the place we literally are now, but it's not like the same sort of city because it's a ruined, like, abandoned city where there's very little in terms of like good people still there. So like, sure, we've done a city already, right? But my thinking is, we haven't done a city where generally the people shouldn't be all hostile. Right? I shouldn't be running into a random enemy. Unless the city's been completely besieged, which I think is unlikely. The city should generally be quite welcoming to me. How? Are you doing that? Those things are annoying. They were doing a lot of damage, and I don't have very much life. You know, every time I try and play this game, I always lean towards ranged characters, but now that I've thought about it for a bit, I've realized that I'm really bad at dodging and staying at a distance when fighting. So realistically, I shouldn't be going ranged. I should be going the most tankiest, bulky, like, melee I physically can go. Just so that I can, like, sit in front of them and go, try and hit me. I'm going to do as much damage as I physically can to you in retaliation. Good luck. Why did this one, the coolest one, never come alive? Not a boot. All of that chest had 6 gold in it. These chests that are probably more expensive than the 6 gold I'm getting have 6 gold in them. Give me good boots. I know I said I wanted boots, but I wanted good boots. Like boots that are dex based and are at least of the level that I like, the yellow level. And then I'll be happy because I won't have to wear this belt, and then I can try out this legendary I randomly got that I don't think is very good and I shouldn't use as a build around. If I can think of a build that works as a build around, I will do build arounds. What? Why is that ever worth it? Like, what's the point in that? Is that ever worth it? Oh, we go further down in the temple. I don't know why. I just assumed we would go further up in a temple. I think there's a couple of bits left in here that I could do, but I'm not going to go there. And so, yeah, on Friday, we did some Final Fantasy XIV, and the story's ended now. And I'll be honest, I'm actually like really invested in the story and what happens after, and I'm really sad it's ended because I know it's unlikely to go back to here for a decently long time ever, and it may never go back here. I mean, there's some patch quests we've done that are just like very rarely, if ever, brought up again, you know? Like, it's not as bad as some of the raid quests where like the best you'll ever get from them is just like a one line that is said, but sometimes they're just not really brought up again. And I think it's a bit of a waste to waste the 13th on that. The 13th's a really cool area, and Zero's a really cool character. So it's a bit of a shame, but I'd understand if they don't go back because they've already done this. It just feels like a bit of a shame to do. It's like when in a previous patch quest they show off like the final or like the special Ascian that's the white Ascian, and they mention him, and he does this whole thing where he uses the power of like all the corrupted, like a corrupted version of like Heidelin's power that he's gotten from like manipulating her, or the equivalent of like her AI. And it's this really cool, like, sort of scene. Doesn't really matter. Nothing comes of it. That's a cool mask. That's a cool mask. I don't need this claw. Give me the mask. It's a shame that I got this tricorn that's giving me a lot of stuff, because this is a really... I could replace this with this. Oh, maybe I can upgrade it. I mean, it's blue. Can I do it again? That's a shame. No. I should have used this on it. Maybe I would have got something I could actually have used. That's the thing with me, is I literally just need to find something I can use. And then I will use it and it will change my build. Like, I'm sure that this belt is actually made for more melee people, but I go into melee with enemies surprisingly a lot, because I just don't know how to dodge or stay in an area. Chain belt. Okay. How am I doing on rings and belts, actually? We got this one that gives me a load of... Nah, I like these. What about my belts? No, the belt's the one that gives me strength that I just got another thing for. So I won't be doing... Probably won't be doing that. But yeah, like, I really liked the patch quests. And I'm kind of hoping that... I'm hoping the Dawn Trail will live up to that in some capacity. But I'm not sure if it will. But we'll see. I don't have the highest expectations for main story stuff, if I'm being completely honest.
You are not a cockroach. Strange. Inundated with cockroaches I am.
Black ones, 4 limbs, naughty strike things. Are you spiky?
Are you spiky? If so, my ribbons will pluck your spines.
Did you weep? You're not a cockroach? I do. Tears are infinite. Why did I find a new reason to cry? Being apology served to protect. Then these cockroaches crawled in. Who is this person?
You are not a cockroach. The ribbons are ordered. Leave me, not a cockroach.
I don't know if I particularly like that all she does is call me not a cockroach. Not exactly an endearing thing to call someone. I mean, I'm going to try this eternal blimmin' laboratory just to see if it's anywhere cool. But I've got no idea what it actually is. It's like a weird device. This feels like it's plot relevant, but I don't understand it. It's sort of what I'm seeing here. Oh, crafting recipe. Oh, fire damage rank 1. Cool. I assume I'll come back here? Is there any way to just like passively gain strength easily? Without having to like put a skill point in it or get an item that has strength? Like I complete a trial and I gain like 30 strength. I don't even know how much strength I actually need. It'll be less than 17 that I need. I've got 31 right now, and to use this, I need 19. Got it. Do 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 do.
You're looking sharp.
Yeah, I'd like to sell this, and I'd like to sell not that, this, and I'd like to sell this, and I'd like to sell. Sadly, I'd have to. I have to sell this festival mask that I really like, and ooh. Hold on a second. Is this better? I lose accuracy, intelligence. When I gain accuracy by like a large amount, I lose evasion. I gain 1 cold resistance. I losing light but radius. Oh no, it's so much better. Hey, take this rusted sword as well. I have no idea why I have it in my inventory. Oh, and this. And this. Mana burn causes you to lose 1% of your max. I don't want that. Purchase. Do you have anything I want? I mean, probably not in terms of bows, right? This bow does a decent amount of damage. Apocalypse Horn. I kind of wish I had that Apocalypse Horn, but I don't know how to get Orbs of Alchemy. And arguably it doesn't do as much damage as what I have right now. Why is it showing me these if I can't buy them? Oh, is it just because I physically can wear them? Boots. Boots? Good boots? These are bad boots. Right, I'm checking someone else. Someone's gonna have cool boots for me. Right?
The Gemling Queen, she's impossible. How did she survive?
Hold on a second, let me...
Not one of the undying. No, these questions can wait. There's a more pressing one. Is she safe?
She is safe from the Ebon Legion.
That's dark news, indeed. If Gravisius has the ribbon spooled, then it's only a matter of time before the Ebony Legion breaks them.
Good to know. I mean, are you gonna ask me to go do anything? No? So what do I have as things to do? Sever the right hand, that's the general. Search the docks for the Decanter Spiritus. Which will probably be my next one because... Oh, the ribbon stool is here. Okay, perfect. We're going back to here then. Perfect. Do you sell stuff? Clarissa? Do you sell boots? No. Do you sell... I mean, this gives me intelligence and a bunch of stuff. I don't think I should be using this anymore. I think what I'm going to finally do is it's going to go here.
Watch yourself.
That felt like a threat. Was she threatening me there? Watch yourself. Also, another thing I did, I thought that I, for some reason, thought these things were allies. Don't know why. Another thing I did over the weekend, kind of the only other thing I did, was I watched Arcane. And I don't think I need to tell everybody that it's incredible, but it was incredible. I loved Arcane. I won't spoil it, because I'm not going to be... I think it's fair to think of myself as... What does this have? Well, we already have that game. I think it's fair to spoil stuff that have been done on stream. I don't think it's fair to spoil... Who's attacking me? You? I don't even think I was shooting you. Oh, I mean, that's not good for me. Why did I pick that up? Not good for me at all. They're cool, though. I won't steal. I think it's fair, as I said, to talk about stuff related to literally what I've done, but I don't think it's fair to talk about something that I have no relation to, like Arcane and stuff, in terms of spoilers. So I won't spoil Arcane, because also it's only been out, like the final couple episodes have only been out for like less than a couple of days, right? But it was a bit bittersweet, because it's the final bit they're doing in... It's the final bit they're doing in that area in Zorn and Piltover. And so it's sort of the, you know, it's this area that I've really grown to like, and I'd love to like explore in more detail in maybe another format, maybe a game format or something. Obviously not League of Legends itself, because I don't think I'd ever play that game, but like in like an RPG format, or in like a even like sort of a first-person shooter, however good that would actually be, I think I'd give a shot. How do I get to the battlefield? It's not that, because that's a dungeon, surely. So it's a shame. It's a bittersweet situation where it's like, oh, I'm never going to be in that world anymore, you know? That bit's done. But on the flip side, I really liked the ending. I loved the music. The music was like 10 out of 10 to get me into the world. Some of those scenes, without the music, they would be good scenes, don't get me wrong. But with the music, it's like a whole different thing. It properly... I got teary at one of the scenes in the show, and now thinking about another scene retroactively makes me teary again as well. Like it's properly like tear-jerking. And I saw some really bad, but in my personal opinion, wrong opinions of the second season, or just Arcane in general, where they call it like, oh, it's got bad animation, it's bad generally, I'm glad I'm not gonna have to see this anymore. And I'm just like, what are you watching? Like, what is this? If you think this is bad, what do you think is good? What am I like not understanding that you are? Because I seriously don't know how you can look at something like that and go, this is bad. The animation's incredible. The characters are incredible. They make a complex and interesting story. I only have sort of like maybe one complaint with the actual thing itself. And that's just there was a scene that went on for seemingly a lot longer than it needed to. And that's it. That's literally my only like problem with the whole of Arcane in general, is that there was just one scene that went on for a bit longer than I personally I think was needed. Like it got the point across, and then it continued to show the point. I don't know. Like it's hard to say without specifically talking about the scene in general, and it is technically a spoiler and kind of a big spoiler. Like not a huge spoiler, but a pretty big spoiler. What is this? Monsters fire resistances, that's fine. Recovery rate of life and energy shields. Ooh. Are these good? Okay, so I lose regenerating life, I lose increased rarity, I lose lightning resistance, and I lose that, but I gain the ability to wear other stuff. I think it's the big thing, because now I can wear this. For better or for worse, I think this is better. Does that make any sense? It's probably not the best to go into this place after doing that, but oh well. I was about to say, is there any enemies in this area? Ooh, cool gauntlets. Not for me, but cool gauntlets. What I'm hearing is, if you've got a problem with energy recovery, just don't have any damage that you have to recover. Simple as. We had a load of fun. My personal favorite character is, well, I have two favorite characters. There's like, I guess there's my favorite character, and then there's sort of like my, I wish they did more with, slash, I really like this character. I guess yeah, I just have two favorite characters. I'm just gonna stick at that. I love Silco. Silco is great. Silco is one of the best villains. I was honestly a bit sad that we didn't get more. And then Savika, I think that's her name. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But she's like one of my favorite characters. Obviously, there's all the other characters that are really good. But obviously, I'm gonna like characters like Jinx, Vi. Although I'll be honest, Vi only grew on me in the second season. I don't think I was incredibly on board with her before, but I think that's just because I really liked I mean, that looks cool, but I can't use it. I'll take it though. I was really a big fan of is there anything else I needed to do? No. Oh, this, yes, this one. This does more, right? Yeah, this one does more. I think I was just more of a Jinx fan than I was of, and obviously there's a lot of stuff both of them do to each other in the story. Why was I going down here again? Not Dagger Mastery, not this. Not this. Why was I going down here? Because I said I was going to stop at somewhere. I remember saying that. I was like, oh, I'll stop at this to do this. And then I just don't remember what I was doing. Is it this one? It's the... Oh no, it's this one. Leech Mastery. Like, life / mana on hits feels good. Cool. Let's go find the spool. And also another quest. Listen here, Evan Mall. You're cool, but you're not as cool as me. Are you running away? Why are they running away? Why are they spectral? These are all questions that are important to know. The royal bow. I definitely have to take the royal bow. How can I not fit the royal bow? Oh, it's big. Because the royal bow is pretty damn big. You know what? That's fair enough. Let's throw this away. Throw that over there. We're going to ignore that enemy that was just randomly walking around. Oh, it's a chest. Boop. Hey, the ribbon spool. Oh, we got to get this chest, though. I think I got scared there and just didn't shoot for a bit. That's probably worrying. But yeah, like, I loved Arcane. It was really, really fun to watch. And then after the fact, weirdly, because of a conversation I was having with one of my friends, I was just like, I'll try Path of Exile again. We were talking about how Path of Exile 2 was coming out. And it's like coming into early access in like... What is it, like 3 days? No, 11 days? It's early December. And that was just sort of being brought up in conversation about how hyped he was, and I think I was just like, okay, I'll give it a try again. Because I do find I have a lot of fun playing the game until I don't. If that makes any sense. So what happens for me at the very least is I'm having a load of fun with it, and I'm just going around killing stuff, upgrading my equipment when I think I need to upgrade it, and then I hit a point. I hit a point in the game. I've mentioned this before, literally in the stream, but I hit a point where everything insta kills me and I can't do any damage to it. And when that happens, I'm just like, well, look, realistically, I can go look up a build, and instantly get through the story without any problems, right? Even if I don't really 100% go on, like, get all the things required for that build, because that build's made for, like, end game stuff, right? I think what gets to me, and is the reason why I don't do that, even though every time I bring this up, that is something that is brought up as a counter. Like, okay, well, why don't you just look up a build then? I don't find that fun. I don't find playing RPGs and finding a build in RPG fun. I like picking whatever thing looks cool and going, I'm gonna use this because it looks cool, you know? Always have been. In Pokemon, I just pick whatever guy I like. In every other game I've played, that's exactly what I did. I went through all of Mass Effect just because going through it, going like, what looks cool and what have I not already used? So I went through one of the games just summoning like a portal to another realm. You know, like a blimmin' black hole at the enemies and just destroying them with that, because I had like psionic powers. Another one I went through just producing like turrets, and that's the kind of things that I like doing. And so when I'm in a situation where like that's not possible, There's no difficulty I can play on that makes that not possible. That makes that, sorry, possible for me to do. I just go like, okay, well then I don't think this is for me, right? I'm gonna need you to like let me get close enough to actually hit you, so that I can then kill the enemies. You can see why I'm not trying to get rid of the blimmin' why I don't want to get rid of the potion that just heals me, because the potion is an instant heal that just goes off automatically if I'm low HP, which means I can accidentally like scratch my nose in a combat and not be insta killed for doing so. What am I searching the dock for? It's definitely not 9 gold, I'll tell you that much. I'm so glad I didn't instantly activate this thing. I do not want to fight this guy and another dude. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, like I want to play a game where I want to play the game in a way that, like, as long as I'm not playing incredibly stupid, which I like to think I don't do, I'm able to just pick what I kind of want to and play through the game like that, you know? Within reason, obviously. Like, if I'm choosing to completely ignore major mechanics, which I have done in games before, I've completely ignored a semi-major mechanic because I haven't understood it. If I've done that, then, you know, I understand that it's not on them, that's on me. I need to move this stuff. Ooh, topaz ring. How big is this? It can go exactly here. Yeah, exactly here. Right, I picked this up, right? That's what this... Is that not what this dock thing is for? Oh. That was completely unrelated? Or did I screw it up by the way I picked it up? You know what, I'll try something. You have found this... Oh. Am I supposed to use this on... Yeah, okay, I need to go over to there again. Okay. But then why is this still here? There's so many quests that happen in the dock, apparently. Good to know. I need to find that last ascendancy thing as well at some point. But yeah, like that's what I like to do. If I want to throw my Captain America shield at the enemies to beat them, then that's what I want to be doing, you know? And if I can't do that in your game, then the game's probably not for me, you know? Oh. Hey, Fargraves! I found this all years ago. You can't follow this craftsmanship. Travel to the Imperial Gardens. The Imperial Gardens. Okay. I mean, I'm not going there anytime soon, because I got 2 things to do over here, but... Cool to know. Hey, Diella? I have the thing that you can use to make those things that really hurt. I think 1% of my damage healing me is good. Forevermore. I hate forever. I could tear the ever after from Bard's bleeding tongue. New token. What token? Is this to your liking? Ooh. Lapis amulet? Lapis amulet, please. The cockroach emperor. The other book shout his name. I like you to listen. It would annoy me if Undying murdered you. That's what you need. Boom, the infernal tack. I don't know what the infernal tack is, but apparently I needed it. Okay, so I lose a bunch of extra damage. About 8 to 14 damage. And the kill HP and mana, that's not huge. Yeah, the increased energy shield is not huge. 2% is not a huge amount. Increased mana regen's pretty good. But I gain global critical strike multiplier. My mana regen gets slightly worse. But my rarity goes up. I don't think that's worth. I don't think that's worth at all. Is this worth at all? So 20 to 74. So that's kind of an improvement over this. And then 21 to 45, 21 to 53. I have higher highs with this. No, I have significantly lower lows. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Well, damn. Okay, so that one's to kill that one. This is to destroy the sewer thing. I'm guessing that this one isn't as easy as this because you can't get this way. And actually you have to go this way. I just didn't see it because I haven't done it. Is my guess. I'm going to quickly go to the Sarn encampment. I just need to sell a bunch of stuff. This bow is really getting in the way. Maybe put a couple of things in the stash. Hello. I don't need this. Stash time. Where's the stash? The stash is right here where everybody is. Put the cleave in there. Put the spell totem thing in there. What of these things do I only have like a tiny amount of? I only have one of these and it's taking up a spot. I only have one of these, it's taking up a spot. Same with this one, same with this. They're different. Are they different? They have different numbers. The sun rune is a sun rune. I mean, I'll put them in here, but I don't think they're really relevant. The scroll fragments I'm always going to get more of. I actually think bringing this over here is probably better. The cards probably go in here. We don't even know if like the suits of them actually work together or not. This goes in here probably. Means remove all of these down one. Anything else here that I only really... I think I'm going to get more of these. That's why I'm not choosing this. So, oh, hello. I don't think I'll use them. Although, do I just put a bunch of this stuff in here anyway? Like, I think I want to remove one more thing from my inventory just so that I have a clear amount of space. Let's do that. That looks a lot better in my head, in my opinion. Alright, let's make our way to the sewers now. Because we're not making it to the gardens anytime soon. Oh, I've been saying this on stream, but like every time what happens for me is that I get to a point in it and my build no longer works, and then I immediately give up before the end of the story. But I thought I'd give it one more try before the second game comes out. I'm kind of hoping the second game is a bit more easier to figure out, because when I look at something like this, right? And I know for a fact that this isn't it. Like, I know that there's a secondary, in fact there may be several of these things that exist. The tree is absolutely massive, and it's less massive if you think of it like each of these nodes are actually like a class. It becomes less massive, but it's still massive. And if you look at something like this, like, you're gonna get overwhelmed. It doesn't help. No, at all. Not at all. And it's like, I'm looking at that and going, I want to be a lightning archer. Okay. I type in elemental. All your elemental things are over here. So do I have to make the journey all the way there? Or do I go all the way down here and do all of these? What do I do? Like, it really doesn't help you. I've just been picking up things that generally are good, but I don't think I'm making a build. Like, I don't think I'll ever make it to the end game stuff. But I thought I'd give it a try. I mean, I'm not spending any money on this, right? So it's not a huge deal. Do 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 do. Yeah, no, I can completely understand it. I mean, to a certain extent, that's true for me as well. And all that's happened is that I just went, it's too much to take in, so I'm just not gonna take it in, and it will come back to bite me. 100%, it's gonna come back to bite me at some point, where I'm gonna hit a point where the bosses instant kill me, like their attacks do all of my HP, and I do no damage to them, and it's gonna come up at some point. And last time I tried this game out, it was around this time that it happened. And when that happens, I'm just going to give up. Well, that's the thing, is I was talking with one of our friends about it. And he said that they don't make it any easier. They're not making it simpler. Because, as you said there, it's not their target audience. These games... It's one of the reasons why, although people absolutely hate Blizzard at the moment, I genuinely think that Blizzard's version of this, Diablo, is just one of the best versions of this game, just because I can play that game as a complete noob, and I can figure out and play the game to the very end, you know? Every game I've played of this one, Grim Dawn, Titan's Quest to a certain extent, they don't have this, they all have this huge blimmin' class skill tree where it's either... Oh, me neither. Me neither. I think I stopped about 2/3 of the way through. Not because I wasn't having fun with it, but just because I found another game that was just took my attention or something and I never went back to it. But like the DLC looked really cool. Like it's so my aesthetic, like nature, Aztec-y, using like summoned beasts. Like that's my kind of thing. I love that, but I haven't gone back to it. And is there a point in buying a DLC for a game you haven't even completed the base game for? But like, my point for it like still stands, where it's just like as you probably you also know, it's like it's just so much more easier to look at. Yeah. I mean, I'm always down to play it. I think I still technically have it downloaded. I think I'm pretty far in the game, so I think I do have a mount. I think I have the basic horse. I think so. It's been a while. Like, I think I played the game when it came out on Game Pass, which might have been on launch, and I played it for a bit. I think we actually talked about it then, because I remember us talking about both sort of liking the idea of being a druid. But yeah, it's so simple, and it's like the only one, and it's like, correct me if I could be completely wrong in this, right? There could be like a one I don't really know that is this format, but in the same sort of like difficulty as Diablo. But it feels like Diablo's the only one. The thing is, the mount is like, they give it to you so much later than I feel like they should give it to you. Like, I feel like I played through a fair chunk of the game before getting the mount, and it feels like it was just a mistake. Or like, it's either a mistake or they want you to spend money to get a mount, and they're trying to make it so annoying to not have a mount so that you spend money to get one. And I wouldn't put it past Blizzard to do something like that. Oh, even if you buy it, you can't get it. Well, then I have no idea what their logic is. I have no idea why they're doing something like that. Because it's a big map. Like, not a huge map, but notable if you don't have the ability to mount. And it actively makes me not want to restart as much. I understand the logic. Of that, but in the same way, it's like, allow me to choose if I want to. Ooh. Oh, it's account wide. Okay, that's fair enough. Because I was like, oh, that's gonna definitely put me off ever making a second character for it. I wonder if I'm too weak or whether I just got dogged on by everything there. Okay. I might be hitting that point in the game where I can't win. Now, admittedly, I'm not dodging, but in the same vein, I'm not sure I could dodge any of that stuff. I'll try a different strategy. I mean, I can win this, assuming he doesn't go through all of his, go through all of my HP so quickly. One more time. I don't know how I dodge the meteor storm. I know I said one more time last time, but like, one more time. I can't 1v1 him. Oh, never mind, I killed him. Never mind, perfectly planned. Don't worry about it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Maybe I do need to get some life for my character. I'll take the tower shield. Do I have a... Oh. Do I have a... What are they called? Teleporty things? Over here? Boom, 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 boom. I think I do. I think I must. Yeah, it's where I appeared. No, but as I said, yeah, like Diablo's honestly still, in my opinion, my favorite one of these, because it's Diablo 3 is the only game I have completed of this genre, because it's the only game where it didn't feel like I was ever like punished for making, like, choosing what I felt like was fun. You know, it's mainly just that. I don't think I want any of these. Fire. That's chaos. What? Tornado shot? I don't think I want any of these. Storm rain? I'll take that one.
Why are you still standing there?
I'll put it here. Does that work? Yeah, Diablo 3 was really, really fun. Especially playing it like blimmin' like ages after it'd come out. Like I first played Diablo 3 just before Diablo 4 came out. So I played through it and just like what kind of mission do I want to do? This one? Swig of Hope. Yeah. So like I played it and there wasn't any of these bugs that I think were a thing in the earlier versions of stuff. And so like it was just a good game. You know what I've been thinking about, and I was talking about this a while ago, but I'm getting close to the third act of well, I'm started of the DLC came out and I didn't experience most of the bugs. Yeah, I think the bugs were really early on. So yeah, one of the things I've been thinking about is the fact that obviously I'm getting to closer to the end in Baldur's Gate, because I'm so close to actually making it to Baldur's Gate. I can literally see the city in the distance. I'm just in like the tower next to the city. And so I started thinking about like, okay, what am I gonna do? And what do I do after I've finished Baldur's Gate, right? Like, what's my next thing that I do? Because it's always going to be that the Wednesday is going to be my like... There's a lot of stuff to do in Baldur's Gate, but I've just gotta... I like to be ready for my next thing and not have to think about it last minute. Oh yeah, I'm sure, because from what I've been told, the city itself it's very dependent on who you've saved in the first couple acts, like how many side quests you have in the city. But I still like to be prepared for what I'm going to do after the fact, right? And I've been thinking through all of the sort of big RPGs that I know of that I'd want to give a try. And the problem is a lot of them I've kind of already played through. And not like completed, but like I've gotten to a point in it where I've gotten pretty far in them and then just like given up because something else has come out. And it's gone. I don't want to go back to those because I already know most of the story. Or I've watched someone play through all of them, and so I don't want to go back and do that again because I know most of the story. And so I've been trying to think of like relatively new ones that maybe I haven't watched somebody play through. And the only one I can think of is this is either playing through sort of two games that are big RPGs that I don't think anyone liked. So like my first thinking was like obviously the big RPG that's come out recently, which is the Dragon Age one, right? But I've heard nothing but bad things about the Dragon Age game. The best I've heard about Dragon Age is it's good if you don't think of it as a Dragon Age game and you pick a load of the comedy options. Like, that's not a good, you know, that's not a good like thing to have as a review, right? But I played Dragon Age. Oh, the writing for it is kind of cringy. Oh god. See, all of these things I've heard as secondhand things, but if it's actually, you know, somebody I know saying it, oh god, it must be bad. So like, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I don't want to play that, but then I don't know, maybe there's some merit in something cringy being like kind of fun to play as a joke, but then you're playing it for such a long time just for a joke. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. The only other thing I could think of was the other one that is very similar to that in terms of like the bad reviews for it, which was what was it called? It was like a revival of RPG that everybody really liked, but they didn't really like it, and it had like a Sphinx that everybody liked. Certain times when the characters are talking or explaining something, it's like they're talking to a chat. Oh god, I hate it when people... Dragon's Dogma, yeah. I like to think it was me saying the Sphinx that that made you know what that was. It's like the most notable thing I remember coming out of it. But yeah, like I thought maybe trying out Dragon's Dogma, but it's like the problem with Dragon's Dogma is, and it's kind of a problem with Dragon Age as well, is I normally steer away from the real-time RPGs just because I never am good at them. Like I tried out that Final Fantasy game where I forget which one it is, but it's the one where your group is just like they have a car. Oh yeah, I finished Rogue Trader, but I haven't finished Rogue Trader with the DLC. I haven't played the DLC yet. But I played Rogue Trader before I played Baldur's Gate on stream. So yeah, I have played Rogue Trader. It's honestly one of my, maybe like one of my favorite RPGs that I've played in a while. I think Baldur's Gate beats it, but like that's not saying much. Like that's not a detriment to Rogue Trader. I haven't played Octopath Traveler. I've heard great things about it. Maybe Octopath Traveler is something I should put on my list. But yeah, I'm not normally a real time, so it's like the two suggestions I did before were kind of in the maybe. I mean, it being turn-based is definitely a plus for me. The only other thing I can think of is, although I have played this already, there's Pillars of Eternity, what's the second one called? Like Dreadfleet or Dread something. I don't remember what the second Pillars of Eternity is called. Dreadfire. I played a fair amount of that, but it's kind of like I kind of feel like I could play that one again because the lore's quite interesting. But I don't know. I really don't know. I'd love to play the Pathfinder games, but I really hit a point in those games where I just stop having fun because I just can't win. Like, I just, every one of those, like the Pathfinder worlds, both of the games, I adore the world and the setting. I've talked about this before, but the first Pathfinder game, what's it called? Something of the King. The first Pathfinder game. Yeah, the classes in Dreadfire, Kingmaker. Yeah, the classes in Dreadfire, I could take it or leave it. Kingmaker is almost entirely my ideal like TTRPG campaign, just in general. I always said that the thing I always wanted to have in my games is some obvious impact from what we do. So like having the fact that you have a kingdom and your decisions matter. Yeah. Well, yeah. And having it where your decisions matter and stuff, like that kind of stuff is my bread and butter. That's what I love. But I just hit points. Like I remember I played through Kingmaker. I tried it recently, and what happened in it is I got to a point where I was fighting these big animals that had been like artificially, well, not artificially, like naturally like blessed to be more powerful. I went into a poison swamp and fought a bunch of giant slugs, but the poison swamp was doing constitution damage. It killed one of my people, and like not just killed, but like constitution damage killed them. And then I had to, because I had no way of reviving them, I had to go all the way back to the base revive my dude, then, but because he's all the way over there, even though I revived him, he didn't come back to where I was now. And so I had to go all the way back to get him, now that I'd revived him. And at that point, I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. I think the second part of that was a glitch, but I was just like, I'm done. It's too much for me. And then I played the second game, because I got both of them at the same time because it was in like a deal. I played Wrath of the Righteous. Absolutely adore the idea of it. I love the section where you're commanding the army as like a secondary part of it. But then I hit the demon city. There's a city that's like a demon or devil city, and like you turn the camera, and that's a gimmick. And that gimmick was annoying, but wasn't the reason I stopped playing. It was that I went into a coliseum and I fought one demoness that was like a gladiatorial champion, and I was surrounding her with all my dudes, and I had summoned an army of like a small army of angels, and I was hitting them, and I was doing absolutely nothing to them. I was doing no damage to them. And at that point I was just like, I've obviously missed something here. I don't know what's happening here. This has stopped being fun. You know, like, I love those game settings. I just can't, for the life of me, figure out the rules. And you know what's weird is, obviously because we're going to be doing the Pathfinder thing relatively soon. I'll talk about that question in a sec. I've been getting into Pathfinder 2nd edition, and that one seems pretty easy to me. Like, obviously there's probably some rules I don't understand still, but like all the stuff in it doesn't seem complicated, and I don't think they've done any major changes. Like, that's the thing, is that I don't know what's changed, but I could understand, obviously, after you and some others have like given me some pointers and stuff, but generally I could understand the rules to it like pretty quickly, like the basic rules and like how the action system works and stuff. But for the life of me, I couldn't figure out Pathfinder 1st edition. In terms of Persona, as you brought that up, I've watched somebody play through Persona 3. I've watched someone play through Persona 4. I've watched someone play through Persona 5. I think my only gripe with the Persona games is I think I want more of the dungeon and less of the school element, you know? It very much feels like the school element, and the fact that unless you do it perfectly, you have to like you have to choose who you like do all the side quest stuff for. I never like having time elements of me doing like side quest stuff. I never like to be time gated, and that's one of the things that like puts me off ever playing the Persona games, even though I love watching someone play the Persona games. Yeah, I heard about Metaphor. Yeah, I heard about that one, and it looked interesting because it was like Persona, but it's not school people. They're actually like seemingly young adults in a fantasy world. So I was interested in giving that a shot. It's definitely on the list of potentials, honestly. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem if I just bite the bullet and choose to play on an easier difficulty, but I do worry about those games being a bit hard, difficulty-wise. Right, let me just lose in this tower defense game. Where's my money? Yeah, I might try out the demo, see if I like it. But like, I've definitely, those are the sort of the two things that put me off those games. Is the Persona games I get put off because of the fact I can't do every side quest, and that the school thing I feel like might drag on for me a bit. And also potentially the difficulty. But if obviously there's not going to be a load of school things when it comes to a fantasy one, and there might be equivalents, but maybe it won't be as bad. So I'll definitely give that. I'll definitely try out the blimmin'. But I can't talk today. The blimmin' demo, just to see if it's my style of thing. But yeah, I mean, it's a good suggestion, honestly. I also might try out, like, because as I said, I really love the actual setting. I might just try doing like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, but putting it on like one of the easiest difficulties. Like just going straight up. I don't understand this system 100%. I'm gonna play on the easiest difficulty and just have fun in it, you know? Like I've had to bite the bullet before in a couple of games and done that. I actually thought that was going to happen in Rogue Trader, but surprisingly, for a game that was made by the same people who made the Pathfinder game, the Rogue Trader game is like stupidly easy. And you know it's stupidly easy if I'm the person saying it. You know? Like, that Rogue Trader game is so freaking easy. Like, so easy. To the point where, like, I don't understand what was happening with the difficulty scaling in that game. Ooh, Trial of Ascendancy. Yeah, from what I can gather, the blimmin' class you're playing is absolutely cracked, in fairness. But yeah, like, I know what you mean. I've had bosses that have appeared that have been functionally like nothing because of just me going through it and just instantly beating up the enemies. Like, I remember, for example, I was fighting a dude and he was really hyped up as this big bad. And then I just kind of like beat him without any problems. And it felt really weird because he felt like he was like an act ending thing. I will say, I don't know if have you played through really? Oh, what, the Space Marine? Yeah, what I found weird was in my playthrough, which was only on normal, that wasn't a problem at all. It was the guy with the sniper rifle that is in that same encounter. You know that there's the dude up high that uses a sniper rifle. That guy was just one-shotting my dudes. Whereas it seems like the Space Marine was more of a problem for you, because from what I was told, like, it would just one-shot sometimes. Like, you just one-shot one of your guys. Which is interesting. But yeah, I will say, I don't know, have you played through all of Rogue Trader already? because not all of it. Okay, I will say this. The only time I had a problem in Rogue Trader, the only point after like Act 1 where anything was a threat is the final boss. No, I'm not going to spoil the boss, but I will say this. It was a hard boss. It was the only situation where I actually felt like it was like a tough fight, and that is only for one reason. And I don't think this is a spoiler, so I don't feel bad about saying this. He has instant kill abilities. That's the thing that changed it. Like, it wasn't that he was actually doing damage that was scary. There was just mechanics that insta-killed you, and that was literally it. I don't think it ever gets to a point where I actively felt like it was a threat from like the damage they were doing, ever. I don't know why. I don't know why at all. I completely agree with you. I don't think it's good mechanical things. Luckily the mechanic in this is relatively easy to figure out, and once you know it, you can sort of just easily work around it. Yeah, I don't mind timer ones. Rarity? Mana? Health. I think mana? Yeah, mana. Yeah, I don't particularly... Is he gonna die? Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, I don't particularly normally like instant death mechanics, and I don't really like it in this one. It was just that they weren't egregious enough that I was like... I wasn't like, oh, screw this, you know? Lower my damage a bit, but that's fine. The only other bit that I think I got really annoyed with, and this was only after the fact because I only learned about this after I'd gone through it, but you've been at this bit already. But you know the bit where there's like a reactor, and I think you've already done this bit. There's like a reactor, and you've got to like destroy the reactor parts of it before the timer runs out. And there's a bunch of cultists and like controlled Mechanicus guys. Yeah. I think this was before Aurora anyway, so it would make sense. Well, apparently there's a chance that those cultists, they have like a percentage chance of just turning into spawns. And I got 3 of them. I got 3 of these dudes turning into chaos spawns, and so I was just overwhelmed and I was screwed. That's just what happened. I remember that and being like absolutely annoyed after realizing it wasn't just me making a mistake, but in fact, yeah. I just had insanely bad like RNG with that. I lose rarity, I lose lightning resist, I lose armor, I lose... Okay, cool. I lose accuracy rating. I gain more shield. Shield's not a huge thing. Maximum... No, none of that's good. Cool.
There you go.
But yeah, as I said, I would strongly recommend to anybody, seeing as we've been talking about it a fair amount here, I'd strongly recommend Rogue Trader. I went on record as saying it's one of my favorite RPGs ever. And in fact, I think I went on to say it was my favorite RPG I've ever played. And I'm not sure if I don't agree with that, because I think Baldur's Gate's beaten that. But I think in my head now, if I put the trilogy of Mass Effect as one thing, it probably goes Baldur's Gate, Mass Effect, Rogue Trader at the moment. Which is very weird, because Mass Effect shouldn't be on the list, because A, I don't normally like turn-based stuff, and B, well, A, I normally only like turn-based stuff, and B, I'm more of a fantasy guy than I am a sci-fi guy most of the time. But I don't know, I just found myself loving Mass Effect, mainly because I played it I don't think I'd be that far off to say 10 years after it came out, but it might have been 5 years. I played it because this is my luck. Talking about RNG, I think I played Mass Effect about 2 months before they announced that they were doing a remaster. And I was just like, you couldn't have done this blimmin' 2 months ago so that I could have played through all of Mass Effect with a remaster instead. Mine in your mind, your heart in the other. Should you find out wanting, death shall be your sentence. Should you find you loyal to yours, we can love the loyal of the Empire. The Lord's Labyrinth awaits you. Choose wisely, strike quickly, trust quickly, and may your ending be deserved. Cool. Labyrinth, come in. But yeah, I definitely think Rogue Trader's up there. My only complaint about it is, and this isn't a spoiler, so even if you are still here, I'm not going to spoil you. I know you said you didn't mind, but I just don't want to spoil people about this stuff. My only complaint is I feel like the story. I love the characters. I love the characters in almost all of the Owlcat stuff. Well, in all of the Owlcat stuff, I love them all. But I think that the conclusions to the stories are a bit. I looked up how you could get the endings I want, and they feel a bit weird. And for me, I don't understand it. And it definitely at the time made me really sad. Luckily, and this is arguably another complaint about the game, luckily they don't really come up after the fact. But I still was just feeling like I don't particularly like this as a concept. And so I think the only thing that I would be like, they kind of dropped the ball, is the conclusions of the stories of the characters. Some of the characters. In my head, I have two in mind that I just didn't really like the conclusions of. I didn't really like the conclusion that... Ow. Okay. Can I try that again, or am I screwed? I think I can do it again. So if I die, I properly lose. Got it. But yeah, two characters in my opinion, that were like two of my favorite characters, that they just really dropped the ball in their sort of conclusions to their characters. And I just generally just don't believe that they did a good job with them. I think that the message that they brought into it, that I understand fits with the world. This is me trying to like dance around the actual what happened. But although it fits the setting, I don't believe it should be the right decision. And I don't think it makes sense. The best way I can put it is you gain a positive trait from being negative, and I don't feel like it makes sense for you to get that. Like, for example, if I'm in a situation where like I can steal from these people, and if I steal from them, I get better rewards. I think that makes sense. But if you're gaining something I don't think makes sense from the action you're doing, then I dislike it. But overall, the story itself, lovely. Absolutely adore the story. Could not complain about it. Yeah, my damage is lower. It's not the worst damage at this point, but it's not the best. I'm gonna have to worry about that. But Baldur's Gate's going great. I'm loving Baldur's Gate. It's incredible. I was a bit sad about some of the conclusions to some of the tieflings. I don't think there was anything I could have done. But it doesn't mean I can't be sad about it. Well, we got some wholesome moments from it as well. Like we meet the Lich, we find out that the Lich guy is like kind of nice to kids, which I appreciate. I like that little bit to his character. It's like, oh yeah, he's not just the guy who revives you or makes custom characters for you. He's actually just a nice guy who obviously has a soft spot for kids. Now, somebody will come back to this and go, hey, can you believe you said that? This guy's actually the final boss or something. Even if he is, which I don't think there's been anything said that makes me think it is. Generally, I think he's coming across as a decent guy. I'm a big fan of the whole character of Thorm. Everything you learn about Thorm from the area and what he is and what he's done really makes you feel like this guy's a cool guy, a good guy that like was incredibly passionate about saving his kid to the point where he would do literally anything. I love the look of like, this guy is obviously not loyal in any capacity to Merkel. He is just doing this because he's getting some benefit from it. It's completely like a transition kind of thing where it's like, if you give me this, I give you this, you know? And then you look at like all the surrounding area, the Shadowlands and stuff, and there's some really interesting stories there. That like, even with me reading through every bit of the dialogue to try and figure out, to get myself more into the story, because I do find myself just clicking past stuff. You've seen in Path of Exile, I've done that occasionally, but like just clicking past stuff when I'm not particularly interested. But being on stream and like listening and talking through every bit of it has definitely helped me in that aspect. I don't think I find myself understanding some of the quests, but overall Thorm is incredible. I love Thorm. Sorry, it's occasionally I forget where I'm at. Which one of these do I want to take? Per second per leech, 100% total recovery from 25% of damage taken recouped as life if leech was removed by filling unreserved life recently. I like that. But yeah, Thorm's a really cool character. It's a real shame that his fight was like absolutely disappointing. Like, to the point where I don't want to be mean to the guy, but I literally looked to check if I was playing on like easy or something. Even though I was pretty sure I was playing on normal, his fight made me wonder if I had accidentally put it on easy. Because he just... I don't know what it was, but he wasn't a threat. Like, sure, he was a scary dude that seemed to smite on every attack he did, right? But that means nothing when you summon stuff every turn that just takes the hits for him. You know, you send the AoEs in to kill all the necromites. You make sure to target the Mind Flayer to get him out of the fight. Again, using a lot of your AoE. Having the channel divinity of the light cleric deals with them very well as well. Just making sure you're getting all that damage on them. And then while this is happening, you're just repeatedly making sure that he's fighting things that don't matter. You know, random summons that are right next to him that he targets because they're the closest thing to him. And then eventually you go save the blimmin'... go save the angel, and then it's just like, cool. She fights with you, she's like incredible, she probably could solo him in that phase. And then like the second phase was cool. And it looked interesting, but then I just burst him down. He didn't have enough HP. I hit him with the I hit him with this special like attack I can do that gives my dudes have advantage. That gives me like advantage on all my attacks that round. And then I just repeatedly hit him with all my strongest spells. Like I repeatedly hit him with all my strongest spells, just DPS'd him down, and it really was like a nothing fight, you know. It's I'm not sure what to say about him. Like, he's completely immobile, so you just hit him with any sort of thing that's like any sort of like stationary damage over time thing, and he can't leave it. So I hit him with like insect plague. Holy damn!
Violence. For those who ascend too quickly, the fall is inevitable.
I don't know how I beat that. I mean, I'm the right level for it, but I don't think I can beat that. Bow, 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 bow. Like, it's level 33. I should be able to deal with this, but I can't beat it. There's no way I can beat that. I'll try one more time just in case, but I think I've finally hit the point where, as I said before, I just can't continue the game because I can't beat it. But yeah, like, I just found him very disappointing, and it's funny because I found the monks that I fought in the last stream, you know, the dudes that you appear after that you've beaten Thorm. I found those insanely more, like, difficult. Like, they had a load of attacks that were really annoying. They were really quick. I found those so much more difficult than what we were dealing with before. And I just don't understand, like, is it just a... Is it literally just a build thing? Like, is it just some builds will find things scary and some builds won't? Because I don't know, I found it to never really be a problem. And he was supposed to be this big final boss, and he never felt like it because of that. I think the only bit that, like... The only bit that felt scary was when I thought he was immortal, but he wasn't immortal. It was just obvious that there was a thing you had to do to stop his immortality. And I don't think my team's particularly good. Like, a lot of the time, it feels like, Karlash does a load, and then, like, Shadowheart's not really there. You know, because she doesn't have the damage. And so if we're dealing with one big guy, like, it doesn't feel like she gets much of a use. Oh, is that what I have to do to specifically summon this? Yeah, I'm not doing that. And I'm also not really taking advantage of the illicit powers that you can get as well. I kind of, on one hand, I want to go a route where I use a load of them on one person, but on the other hand, I kind of want to try out a route where I just don't use any of them. I'm kind of already doing that, but then I've sort of just caved and used occasional ones. I don't know what was doing damage to me there, like a poison of some kind. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm still having a metric ton of fun with it. But I will be looking into what I'm going to be playing next, because... And some of the suggestions are probably going to be ones I look at, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm not at the final act, but I'm getting closer. And at that point, I need to figure out what I'm going to replace it with. I already knew I'm just going to play Baldur's Gate after Rogue Trader before honestly, before I'd even started Rogue Trader, because it was always up between those two of what I was going to play. And the only reason I didn't instantly choose, instantly go for Baldur's Gate instead was because, I had played it semi-recently with a friend, and I wasn't 100% sure if, like, are we going to continue this, or is it kind of done? You know, it's one of those situations. But, I don't know, I'm still having a load of fun with the story. I'm really glad I went with Shadowheart, sort of, gone into Shadowheart's story a bit more, and I'm so glad that on my final reroll I was able to convince her of the error of, like, the Sharian's deceit. It makes you wonder, like, God, you really do need, like, persuasion to be pretty high to get a lot of the things you want. Because even with, like, a pretty high persuasion plus buff, well, plus a single buff, I still was in a situation where like, I had to reroll like 5 times using 5 pieces of inspiration just so that I was able to get the decision I wanted. And it wasn't as if I was rolling badly. I think I had to roll like a 17 or something to convince her, because her DC was something like insane, like 32 or something. And it's like, well, what if I wanted to have done this, but I wanted to have played like a character that doesn't really focus charisma, right? What if I wanted to have played like a fighter, you know? Fighters don't normally use a ton of charisma, so I can't really focus that. I've got no ways of gaining like expertise in it until literally Act 3, where there's... It might always have been there, but you'd have to use illicit powers to get it. I guess, is that their solution? Is that what they're trying to say is the solution? Is the illicit power thing? Because I haven't got it confirmed yet, because I don't think they really mentioned it in the story. But it really, really feels like they emphasize a lot that you should be a bit suspicious of these powers. And that if you indulge in them too much, you'll be like consumed by them. And so I'm always like a bit hesitant to use them. I feel like I've got like 4 or 5 of them still just with me.
The weary traveler draws close to the end of the
I'd really like it if I didn't insta-die to the dude you summoned. That's all I ask, please. Colossal... Fine, you can go here. Okay, you increase the barrier. What else do you do? Strength? That's not too bad. Elemental damage from attack skills is not too bad, but these two probably do better. I think I need a shield spell. That's what I'm seeing. Right, here it comes again. Okay, we're trying this strategy. Screw everything.
Apparently, this is the ending you deserve.
I don't know what to do. I can't kill them. The Guardians, I can't even break down their blimmin' things. I think what I'm gonna do is we'll do this, and if I can't do this bit, I'm gonna have to probably call it a day. I mean, we've gone past what I normally do anyway. So as soon as this is done, well, as soon as like either it hits 9 or I hit a point where I'm not having fun anymore, which I'll be honest, it's getting increasingly close to that. If it hits that point, then I'm just gonna call it. I'll be completely honest. If I'm not having fun doing this stuff, which I'm not at the moment, is there any point in continuing to do it? That's the question. I didn't think I was going to be able to show you in person the reason why I never complete these games. But you're sort of seeing it here. It's that I hit a point where I'm like, maybe it's because I'm not picking up enough life nodes or something, or maybe it's something else. But they insta-kill me. And all the dudes around him, like, I couldn't beat up either. So like in that situation, what do you do? Here. Yeah, this is where it's supposed to be. This is Piety's place. Okay, let's we'll have a look in here. If we fight Piety and we insta die, then we know that we've hit that point now where I just can't continue. Okay, if I die here, it's not like this game is bad. It's that I just was in a situation there where I was surrounded by dudes. Cat's paw, okay. Scroll of wisdom, sure. What's this bonus I just got? Oh, I guess it's gone. Oh, it's this. Let's activate this real quick. Always good to do these when you have a buff. Normally it doesn't matter, but, you know, occasionally it does. Do 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 do. Fleshwend, the Grand Inquisitor. What do we have left? Like I'll if I get to a point here where I feel like I don't have the ability to continue, I'm not going to do what I normally do, which is to immediately just give up. I'll have a talk with one of my friends that's a bit better than this than me. I'll have a talk to see if there's anything obvious to my build that isn't completely rebuilding it that I could add that would make it good. If we find out that there isn't anything, like I'm actually doing pretty well in terms of that department, then I will probably lean towards not just completely redoing my whole build, but instead just going like, screw it, I'm done, you know? Also, to bring it back to a point that was made in chat ages ago now, but I remember banking it as like, this is something I wanted to talk about, but I was talking about something else at that moment. It was mentioned in chat that it'd be really cool if there was a Pathfinder 2. It's the Pathfinder 2nd edition game that came out. And I completely agree. I completely agree. Mainly because I would know what I was doing wrong, I feel like, to a bit more of a... I'd have a bit more of an understanding, I think. Accuracy? Accuracy into... what is accuracy really good for? I don't know, but it seems cool. But yeah, like I feel like, assuming I learn pretty decently from the from the game that we're planning on playing, I feel like there would be a bit more of a chance of me understanding what I would be doing wrong. As you said before, it's a much simpler system for people to get into. But what I'd really love to, because I don't think we'll ever play it anytime soon, but it seems interesting, is I'd love it if they did a instead of a Pathfinder 2nd edition game, they did a Starfinder 2nd edition game. That would be really cool. Because I really like the idea of Starfinder as just being a system that I could play something sci-fi related that isn't bogged down into a specific franchise. Because obviously there is lore to I'm not saying there isn't lore to Pathfinder. There's lore to D&D as well, but to the most part, people are like, we're making our own world, right? They're always just like, okay, I know that there is a world, but I'm going to make my own. Nah, I'm going to do my own thing. Oh, it's there. So I'd love for a Starfinder game. Yeah, Piety. You got so much to answer for. Bring it. This looks a lot different to the blimmin' Solaris area. What's the moon doing that's so freaky? You know what? Maybe I should be, instead of focusing accuracy, trying to find a life buoy and just taking one of those. Maybe there's a life mastery I can take that's like, bump your health by as much dex as you have or something. Boom, 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 boom. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bow now now now. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Oh, this place is horrendous. There's like blood demons and elementals and blimmin' abominations. Very chill, especially coming from that trial. It wasn't very chill. I mean, sure, I almost died just there, but it was only because I was stupid enough to not look at my health there for a second. Tell you what, I really am one of those. Either I die or I kill them. It's one or the other. And I know it's like obviously, but like what I mean more so is like I'm such a glass cannon. Wait, this is Lunatel. No, wait. Wait. Was I supposed to have gone through this? No. I just made a circle. I've 100% just made a circle. Right. Yeah, do 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 do. Is that a door? No. God, is that like a... I don't think you can hear it thanks to the music, but I think there's just somebody randomly screaming in the background of this. Are they still torturing people here? I mean, come on. What's happened to this world that this is a thing? Like, how much blood would you need to fill this area? It's got to be like insane amounts. You know what, that is what I just said makes 100% sense. I've just been thinking about that, the thing I said about the life, and obviously that makes sense, and I actually should take the advice I've given myself there. And in fact, I'm going to. Oh, hello, welcome back. Hey, when you were playing through Baldur's Gate, did you turn yourself into a half illithid? Did you choose the decision to become a half illithid? I'm interested in what other people did in that situation. Because the guy was just like, hey, become... Right, okay. Does it have any major consequences? Like, obviously, I'm trying to be, like, kind of spoiler free, but like I just felt like it was a bit iffy. None, okay. But yeah, I've got those lines on me that I'm not a huge fan of. But like the DC to resist it was like DC like 30 wisdom check, and my wisdom was 0. So it was like, I'm not going to be able to do that. Well, my wisdom's obviously not 0 because I'd be dead, but you know what I mean. Boom, 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 boom. Use any of the time you have to make a save to resist, but if you've used none, you don't make the save. I see. I'd used a couple, so that makes sense. That makes sense for the to. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have used them because I don't actually use the ability much that I get from it. Like, I used it on myself to get the once per long rest crit ability that allows me to just crit an attack if I want to. Oh god, I died to that quickly. What stage is this? That's stage 1. Cool. Right, I gotta go all the way over there. And then I took, yeah, I took the one that was like, as a reaction after getting hit, I can try and charm the enemy. It straight up never works. Like, I never charm the guy, but I try it every time. And then obviously Karlash, because she's in mine, she's a paladin. Obviously Karlash took the crit ability, because why wouldn't I? The ability to crit once as a paladin? Insane. But look, I'm glad it has no barring on the ending, because I regretted not being able to resist that. I regretted it a lot. I tell you what, those monks that you fight there, the monks that you fight when you're doing that sequence, they were harder for me than Thorm was. I'm not even kidding. Thorm was like easy in comparison to those monks for some reason. Like, I don't know, I just couldn't beat them. Not that I couldn't beat them, but they did a metric ton of damage compared to like Thorm that I kind of just destroyed. Like, it wasn't even a problem. Yeah, I did that a couple of times with my Eldritch Blast that has the push ability. But one of them just like stayed really high up and I was just really annoyed with them. I'm interested to see where the story goes because although I don't have Lae'zel in my party, it seems like her story is her joining the other Gith and like going with the Comet Prince and trying to like make the Gith the true Gith empire they used to be. But obviously, with what's happening with the Gith at the moment, it's kind of hard for her to join with the Comet Prince. Because the Comet Prince is kind of the only thing keeping us alive.
What have you ever done but serve yourself?
Hey, stop moving away. What the frick? Did he turn into a demon?
It's selfishness.
Okay. I can't beat her. Well, I think that's so you've just come back, but I think this is where I'm gonna call it. I'm probably gonna have to have a bit of a talk with one of our friends about redoing my build or figuring out what I'm doing wrong. Anyway, I'll see. Yeah. Sorry about it, but I'll see anyone who. If you want to watch more Baldur's Gate, obviously it'll be on Wednesday. If you want to watch some Final Fantasy 14 as I go through Dawn Trail, we'll see that on Friday. But until then, bye.